It's Jasmine Nicole. Welcome and welcome back to Weight with Jazz. I used to be 284 pounds 12 years ago. I lost 115 pounds through intermittent fasting as well as running, which was my choice of cardio. I was able to accomplish my first 5K, and now I'm working towards uh, doing a 10 miler for the Broad Street Run this year in May. We'll see how that goes. However, at 175, I was not at the weight I needed to be. I was still in the obesity category, as well as I still was trying to grasp an understanding of macros, the right type of foods that I need to be eating, even within my intermittent fasting schedule, my 1 meal a day schedule. I couldn't really wrap my head around it to understand that's why I'm gaining weight because I'm eating the wrong foods. I'm eating beyond my maintenance calories, and I'm no longer really exercising as actively as I was before. So the pounds are just stacking. That's when I chose to go with GLP1 Zepbound pens to start and then transition to Tirzepatide compound, which is what I'm currently on now. And this video is about the complete GLP1 shortage update as of December 19th, 2024, according to the FDA. What compounds, GLP1 compounds specifically, are in shortage which makes other compound available through compound providers. So we're going to see what's available now that Tirzepatide is on its way out. The compound itself, if you guys are not privy to the up-to-date information, we have come pretty much to the end of the legal fight in regard to challenging and arguing whether or not Tirzepatide, Mounjaro, aka also Zepbound, um, is no longer in shortage. It was the argument back and forth whether it is in shortage so that the compound market can continue to provide the compound, GLP-1 compounds to patients such as myself and others. We pretty much went through two legal argument rounds. I believe there's still something approaching as a third round to touch base, but the legal decision has not changed as far as the decision made in December that Tirzepatide is no longer in shortage. Mounjaro and Zepbound are no longer in shortage, and there is a time frame in which compound providers and any other like them have to stop providing um, this medication as a compound. 503A has until February. 503B has until March. Some compound pharmacies are dual pharmacies, so they are 503A and 503B. That extends their time frame out. But as of this time, this is the cutoff. Um, and I'm not sure if there's going to be any more legal challenges at this time on behalf of the compound pharmacy market, on behalf of OFA. So what's left now? Compound providers who cannot afford the full price of the Mounjaro, of the Zepbound pens, or even the Zepbound vials that are listed at $5.49 for 2.5 milligram and 5 milligram. No other therapeutic doses. There are people that still cannot afford that at a low dose and have to keep rebuying it monthly. And it's also people who need larger doses than 5 milligram in the Zepbound vial. And those doses are not provided, and we don't know if they ever will be offered by Lilly. Because I remember way back when Lilly came out with the Zepbound vials for the starter doses, he definitely did communicate the hesitance on the non likeliness of creating therapeutic doses because of everything that's going on with the manipulation of compounds and it not being safe from certain providers, and then people having the will to self medicate themselves and sometimes overdose themselves the wrong milligram, etc. So, just in an abundance of safety concerns and cautions, Lily was like, that's the reason why therapeutic doses at above five are not being created. Plus, the price point would just be too astronomical. When you logically think about it, most people won't even be able to afford that. And it's a self pay option, so insurance is not applied to Zepbound vials. So, back to insurance approvals for Zepbound and Mounjaro. You know, although coverage has been expanded through Medicaid, everybody doesn't have Medicaid. A lot of people have commercial insurance and are left with sometimes low copay, sometimes high copay, sometimes no coverage in the most cases. So where are we with that? Alternatives to GLP-1 specifically. What's left in shortage? All right, so what's left in shortage? We have dulaglutide. Okay, this is Trulicity. This is an injectable medication. It contains semaglutide, but it's not solely semaglutide. Um, it does provide less side effects than Ozempic. This is a diabetes medication, but also it can dually perform as incretin chronic weight management medication as well, if written off label. Most of these GLP1s, even specifically targeting diabetes, it still has the incretin effect for chronic weight loss management. Then we also have semaglutide. That's still in shortage, aka Ozempic is still in shortage. Um, the Ozempic is for diabetes. The Wegovy is the version of Ozempic that is for weight loss, but the ingredient remains the same of semaglutide. That's been in shortage for a long time. We don't know when it's going to be relieved. Novo Nordisk is still working on that, so we will see. But I'm thinking that it's going to be in shortage for quite longer. Liraglutide or liraglutide, the different pronunciations. This is an injectable medication. It is also in shortage. This is known as Saxenda and Victoza. Saxenda is the weight loss daily injection. Victoza is a diabetes injection. They both can, work interchangeably to regulate A1C levels, as well as incretinally treat chronic weight management. Um, Also, there's a generic version of Victoza that's also available. It's been FDA approved as of December 23rd because its patent ran out. So the generic version is available. That's another option in the GLP-1 lanes. And the generic Victoza, that is now, FDA approved as of December 23rd, 2024, will hit you with some savings, by being generic now. We're looking at about $199 in savings in comparison to his original price. So there are options out there. Now, specifically, you have to kind of check in with compound providers who may offer a compound version of dulaglutide, a compound version of liraglutide. I don't think people really chime in for that because the market and everybody's mentality is so saturated with semaglutide and tirzepatide that people kind of, forget about the other siblings that, linger in the background. They forget about the stepkids, So these are still around. And if you fish around, you may be able to find a compound provider who provides it. Also, you might be able to get this approved through your insurance. Um, Insurance may or may not, but insurances seem to be a little bit more lenient with approval for the liraglutides, the Saxendas, the Victoza, the Trulicities. check your formularies. Like, it's not a guarantee, but remember, just check your formularies, y'all. These are the current GLP-1 medications that can be provided by compound public pharmacies at this time. If the compound pharmacies provides dulaglutide and loreglutide, of course, semaglutide. Most compound pharmacies have semaglutide, but then the buddy and siblings we don't hear much about. So chime in and see. Remember, there is a lapse date. According to the FDA, as of March, for the 503B pharmacies to stop. 503A, February, which is next month. What is your plan? A lot of people are going to semaglutide or semaglutide. This is also a good option for you, especially if you're in maintenance. This can be amazing, like using Trulicity. Um, the dulaglutide compound if you can get it, the liraglutide compound if you get it. I know it's a daily injection rather than weekly, but it's still something to help manage your A1C levels. It's still something to help manage your weight loss. Either help you lose whatever else you need to lose or help you maintain your weight loss now that you're in maintenance. So these are options. You can visit with your primary provider or any other telehealth provider providing GLP-1 services. um, so these are the options, the GLP-1 options, because Tirzepatide compound is on its way out, as far as we know it, as far as the FDA has relayed. So I hope this information was helpful for you guys. If you are still searching for a GLP-1 option, turn to the sibling GLP-1s that are still in shortage. I'll see you in the next video. Be real.